Hi there, how you doing? Let me introduce myself. My name is Fernando Lopez Cisneros. I born in the beautiful city of Barcelona, but my family moved very early to Brazil. As you can see, I communicate in 5 languages, but you will see during these 20 minutes, I cannot speak any one of them properly. So please bear with me and you will hear songs like English, German, Spanish, Portuguese, everything. But I hope that after these 20 minutes, I can give you some idea how I drove my professional life and how I plan my future and how I confront my challenge for the best of my professional career. Let's begin in 1970s. In 1970s, I began to work in TV stations in Brazil, in the city of Manaus. Most of you already here. But after 2 years, I come back to São Paulo, the city where I was living all my life when I was in Brazil. I began the university time in 1972, and in 1974, I make my first trip to Canada, outside Brazil. I just love the city. There was my summer vacation, which is a winter vacation or winter time in Montreal. Anyhow, was below 20 degrees Celsius, but I just loved the city. The city was charming. The snow was beautiful. It was the first time I saw snow in my life. So it was a fascinating moment of my life there. In Montreal, I learned several things. One thing I learned that the snow is nice and drops soft from the sky, but once it's on the floor, it's very hard to take away. When I was there, I have a part-time job cleaning garage doors, people ways, and I realized that it was very hard to move snow. Another thing I learned is that Canadian families at that time already have a great quality of life, have a nice social security system, healthy system, nice cars, quality of food was good. I was very impressive with the middle class in America because I was living with one of them that let me stay there. So I decided at that early stage that I went to leave Brazil because I saw a lot of difficulties and challenges for me in my future career, in my future life. And I would like to come to a country like Canada. So I asked myself, how can I do that? I was a very simple university in Brazil. In Brazil, you study and work and study because the private universities are very expensive and the government universities are very difficult to enter. Only very good quality people can come in. And I was never a good quality student. I have so much things going on that study was not one of my high priorities. But enter university, I went to finish the university. So make the story short, I decided that I have to build a curriculum to my life that give me a know-how and experience to have a possibility to immigrate to Canada. So I begin to take my summers and do training sections, education sections outside Brazil. So in 1974 and 75, I stay 2 months every time. And Canadian Broadcasting Corporation working with the service department. And that gave me a nice letter saying, Fernando was here, he is a nice guy, he make a good coffee. No, but they said, good things about me. And that was my first 2 certificates who helped me in the future. In 1976 and 77, I went to the city of Redwood City in California, outside San Francisco. And then I have the chance to make a training course for the equipment who I was working for in Brazil at the TV stations, what I have my daily jobs, always in the summer, always in the summer break. In 1978, then I have the opportunity to come into Holland, come into Europe. The first time I come back after I left when I was young. And there I went to Eindhoven, the Philips department, and the R&D laboratories from Philips. What a good experience, 2 months there. In 1979, I came to Germany for the first time, and I went to the company called Robert Bosch GmbH Fernsehen, and I stayed 2 months there. And between all this time, there was a company called Siemens, who I didn't know who was, and they was giving training sections and educating people and programming language, Fortran and COBOL. So Fernando went there. In 1978, I applied for visa, resident visa to Canada. In 6 months, they gave me the visa. But I couldn't go because I'm still having the university. In 1980, finally, I finished the university, what was working, studying, traveling, doing seminars. So I finished university. And then I get a scholarship for the Japanese company called Hitachi to come to Japan and stay 3 months there. Actually, I stayed a year and a half. They prolonged. I worked in projects they was working with, and I developed with them. What a great experience, because in 1980, Japan was not open like it is today. And I was a white people. I have a beard in my face. I have blue eyes. The blue eyes are only possible the Japanese people see in the cinemas. Maybe Paul Newman was with blue eyes. So there was a personal and a great experience for me, and I enjoyed it very much. And then at the end of this period, Hitachi came to me and offered me a job. One option was go back to Brazil. And then I said, no way, I don't come back there. Another one was going to Germany, to Frankfurt. And I have another opportunity, the Canada opportunity with immigration. For the Canada, I called my colleagues in CBC, Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. I asked, did you have a job for me if I come back? And they said, you have a great job for you. We are building TV stations in the north of Canada. So you will have 2-3 years easily job building TV stations in North Canada. I don't think that is what I would like to do. North Canada is cold and winter. So I choose come with Hitachi to Germany. Just make a break in my curriculum there. Took me 8 years to achieve what I went to achieve. Achieve what I dreamed one day in Montreal. Go out for Brazil and be professional, capable enough to be a set and another marketing places. I didn't give up. I built that steps to achieve that. Once I was in German, I went to Hitachi and I stayed there with 2 years. And after that, I was invited by Robert Bosch, the company who I was in 19 before. And I began to work with them. I'm really enjoying very much. But I noticed that I was not on the same level of my German colleagues who was educated in the German schools and the German environment. So I was see the need that I have to improve myself. So I went and I started to learn programming language C, because that time most of the people was doing assembly and C was coming up. So I went to learn C language, the data becoming C++. And that time, YouTube Academy was not available. So I have to buy books. I have to study. And about took me a year and a half. I was studying the night, late in the night with my computer, find a compiler. I didn't know what a compiler was. So took me a year and a half until I could write my first software program. And I bring it to the company. And the people was appreciating my effort that I was improving my professional career. But it was in 1992, Hitachi invited me to come back and work as a salesperson for them. They told me, Fernando, you go well with the people, you know the product, maybe you can be a good salesperson. I consider the change. I was already 10 years in Germany. I was speaking a little bit of German. Until today, I speak terrible German, but I was better. And I start considering salaries. The salespeople, they are well paid, they have bonus, they have company car, dinners, travel. Why I keep an engineer? Engineers are very intelligent people, but normally very bad pay. So I went to sales. And then I start to see the difficulties that I got in. I didn't have experience about sales. I didn't know how to present the product. I didn't know how to price the product. I didn't know a lot. I thought I could, but I couldn't. So in 1995, I said, I have to educate myself. So then I went for a seminar in the Chicago Business School. And I done the first seminar of 3 weeks, effective selling. In 1996, I went to Boston College School, marketing management program. With these 2 seminars, I start to understand, and I start to use something that I use very much today, marketing and sales. Marketing can help very much sales. So I start to understanding. So I recognized that I was not good enough. And I learned, I continue to improve myself. But that's something we will talk about at the end of this presentation. In 1997, the company who I left at the beginning of the 90s to go to Hitachi called me and said, Fernando, we need a business development. At that time, they called marketing specialist, or they put another names, but actually it's a business development job. I have to support sales team to sell the product and to better perform a sales business. There was they doing that before. So the business development for a particular product. I took that job because I thought it was a very great opportunity for me. Doesn't take too long to realize that I was missing a lot of knowledge. And the way I have to confront the problems was not that great. So what's the time I have to invest a little bit more? For some reasons, I have a little bit more money at that time. So I went to the University of Chicago and I took part for the International Executive MBA program. And I tell you, couldn't be better. It was a great school, great teachers, great people participating of the event. There was 2 years that I had to do between vacations, work vacations, go to Barcelona, go to Chicago, go back. It was a hell of 2 years. But when I finished, I was so proud. I said, my business card will come in MBA Fernando Lopez Cisneros. Nah, I didn't do that. It was a little bit overdoing, but at that time, people was doing that. And I came from the seminar and said, oh, I will be president of the company. I know everything. And we change everything for better. Actually, I could apply anything. They didn't let me move. I went to be the president of the company in 6 months, but I didn't succeed. But one thing is true. The way I confront the challenge every day, the solutions I've found, the results I achieved was everything thank you for the concepts and the way they teach me, they show me during this seminar. These seminars don't change your life. These seminars improve in your life, give you a new view of what you live every day and your work. The company I was working was a 500-person company, if not less than that. It was Philips Broadcasting Corporation. At that time, a French company called Thomson, yes, a French company, it's not easy, they bought Philips. And a year later on, they bought another company in the United States called Grass Valley. And in time of 3 years, something like that, we're becoming a company of 2,000 people. And when you're a company of 2,000 people, be sure there's a lot of people who like to have your chair. They want to kill your life. They want to kick you out. They want your place. So I have to educate myself. In 2004, then I went to the Harvard University and I participated for a 2-week seminar, competition and strategy. It was a great school, a great 2 weeks. I learned so much with that people. You know, Nobel Prizes teach you there in front of you. CEOs of multinational people participating on the event. I was just absorbing information as much I could. During the 2 weeks, I didn't raise my hand to make any question. I was not in the level of that people, but I learned. I listened and I learned. And finally, in 2004, this would be my last year, because we have 20 minutes, I went to the business marketing strategy and the best university of marketing, the Kellogg School of Management in 2004. I want to finish here with this follow remarks. I step in my career. I plan. I educate myself. I prepare myself for the challenge. When I was not suitable for the challenge, I learned to be a better professional. I never stopped to learn, and I do until today. I don't becoming a software writer, a code writer. I like to understand the concepts behind, the knowledge behind. I don't becoming a marketing director. I like to understand the tools and the resources this system give me. So for you that begin your career in the following years, make your plan. Go where your heart tells you to go. Be critical of yourself and never give up to your dreams. Never. So I hope that was information that you can think and rely for your future.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you very much for your time. You had some really important words at the end there. So I just got a few questions while you're still here. So how often should someone consider monitoring their professional performance during their professional life?
It depends of each one, what your conscience said, but I don't know, be every year, you know, between 27th of December and 1st of January, is the time you said, okay, what I have improved this year, where I go with what I learned, what is my target, and that knowledge, what I have to do to achieve what I want to achieve. So maybe once a year, make your thoughts and how you improve yourself.
Really good advice. Sort of moving on, obviously you've worked in lots of different places. So is there a perfect job or an ideal company or a great boss? Could you maybe expand on some of that?
Yeah, I what I said, you know, move, improve yourself, be eligible for new challenge, and that, you know, and take the risk and go. Today, you know, if you see my past, people believe that I could do what I was not doing. But today is different. If your headhunter coming to you, is because somebody looking for someone who do what you do, know what you could do. Only people who know you can guess what you could do. But if you change from one company to another company, they will change, they will ask for you do what you have been doing, if I make me clear, you know. So it's two things. One is change for one company, another one is change inside of your company, because they know what you are capable, and they might think that you are capable to do the next step up. But if you change companies, it's because they need what you are doing now.
Brilliant. Just, I know we're sort of running short on time now. Just one last question. Obviously, you've had a very international career and your experiences from around the world. So is there any benefits that you see to having a career that's taken you all over the globe?
Well, I think it's a great experience, you know. You know another society, you know another behaves. Always open your mind, in the professional or private. If you think how the Japanese think, and you think you're considering how the Chinese think, and how the Koreans think, and how the Dutch. So this enrich you to find solutions for your challenges when you learn different ways or resolve the problem. It's not because in Japan, the front a challenge that way is not good to use the same method or similar method in Germany, for example. So knowing business models in different parts of the countries, knowing the cultural attitude in another part of the country, enrich your business professional, enrich your life too.
Well, thank you so much for your time. And if anyone else is watching this on YouTube, then there's a form on our website. So if you've got any other questions, you can submit them there and we'll try and get some answers back to you. So thank you so much for your time. It's been really insightful.
Thank you for having me. And I hope I could
Thank you.